Hello, my name's Robert Dean Steele, and today I'm going to be talking about priorities. Listen to what George McKinney said. Neglected duties at home disqualify a preacher from ministry in church. Listen to what it says in Proverbs chapter 8, verse number 10. Choose my instruction instead of silver, knowledge rather than choice gold. There was a Focus on the Family one time did a survey on pastors, and they asked these following questions. What would you do to improve your present situation? And the answers of the pastors were as followed. Number one, more family time. Number two, being more receptive to people around me. Thirdly, regular management of time or better management of time. Also, as well, a regular program of physical exercise. And lastly, a trustworthy person in whom they could confide. It was also a reflection of their priorities. You see, priorities are frequently ordered by preference. We have our likes and our dislikes, and we often do what we want to do, not what we should do. Also, there seems to be an urgency, a problem, or dilemma that usually has the way of dictating what matters. Finally, priorities are set by importance, the greatest good for the greatest number. A college professor one time said this and asked his students, "What's your philosophy of life?" Most were shocked by the question, those students were. It was too tight for they, but it's a good question. So, what are your priorities? What is your philosophy of life? And where your philosophy of life is, and where your heart is, and where your treasure is, that is where your priority is. So maybe today you need to reorder your priorities to live according to your philosophy of life, but also live according to the Word of God. Maybe it's time to ask God and say, "God, what do you want me to do?" A little thought for you today. My name is Robert Dean Steele.